Well, good morning. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's raining outside. I want to encourage you today real fast. This rain is not just rain. It's actually freezing rain. And you're going to ask the question, what does that have to do with my life? Stick around and I'll show you. It's raining outside today. Well, hey everyone, my name is Jesse. Today I'm going to talk to you today about how our thought life is so important. Pastor Craig says this. He says your life is moving in the direction of your strongest thought. We're going to be talking about the mind and how our thought life is important. I'm going to share with you where I am in my losing 30 pounds in 10 weeks challenge at the end of this video. So stay tuned for that. Did you know that your thought life matters so much? Like, it matters so much, and I want you to get that. I was telling you how we're having freezing rain here in North Carolina, and how dangerous that can be, and how our thought life can be just as dangerous. You're like, how in the world does that have to do with anything with my thought life? Think about it this way. One drop of freezing rain is not bad, all right? But combine that with multiple drops of rain that's freezing on trees. Then you get a sheet of ice over the branches. The branches can't hold it anymore, or the post or whatever can't hold it anymore. What happens? That item gets destroyed. Our thought life matters so much. The more negative thoughts we think, the more our life will be negative, because you can't have a positive life with a negative thought life. You can't have a positive life like that. So today I want to share 3 things that could help you in changing your thought life. Number 1, think about what you're thinking about. Don't just let your brain think whatever comes in your head. Whenever you look in the mirror, don't just think whatever comes to your mind. Actually stop and think about the thoughts that you're having. Number 1 is to think about what you're thinking about. Don't let your brain just wander and with all these negative thoughts. Think about what you're thinking about. Number 2 is so important, is to recognize and then redirect. So once you have already started thinking about what you're thinking about, and you've recognized unhealthy thoughts that you don't want to think, now redirect those thoughts. So if you think of yourself, you look in the mirror and say, hey, I'm ugly, I'm not good looking. Stop that thought and then redirect the thought to, hey, I'm a good looking guy or girl, I'm beautiful, God's created me. And replace that thought with something that you want to believe in the future. Because if you're thinking all negative all the time, your life's going to be what? Negative. So it's important to think about what we're thinking about, and then when you recognize those thoughts, redirect it. Now you cannot stop a thought. Hear me. You cannot stop a thought. That's why I said recognize and then redirect. Let me teach you. I want you to think about a purple penguin. I don't know why I said that, but think about a purple penguin. It's in the ice. You see it flapping around. It's just walking. A purple penguin. All right, now stop thinking about that purple penguin. Stop it. Stop thinking about it. You can't. Because when you try to stop thinking about it, it gives more power to that thought. And so it's important that we recognize a thought and then we redirect our thought to something that we want to become. That's so important. I live by the Bible, and the Bible says transform your mind by the renewing of your mind. Be transformed by the renewing of your mind. You have to renew your mind. So we had 1, which is think about what you're thinking about. 2 is when you recognize it, redirect it. And then 3 is so important, and that is to praise yourself when you have a victory. Praise yourself when you have a victory. Like, tell yourself, man, I'm proud of myself for doing that. I'm proud of myself. Like, when you win a victory, praise, have some praise, whatever you want to do. Man, good job, I'm proud of myself. Like, build yourself up when you have these victories. It's so important. So 1 was what? Think about what you're thinking about. 2 is what? Recognize the thought, redirect that thought. And number 3 is to praise your way when you have victories, small and large. Now, I want to share something with you. You know how I look at this freezing rain in a bad way? And how I look at that as a negative thing? How it can destroy things? How about let's look at that in a positive way? So think about if you take those freezing drops of rain and recognize those as positive thoughts. And they're coming into your head, and then all of a sudden they're building up around these trees, around these posts. You can take a look at those in your life, and maybe they're strongholds of depression, anxiety, how you see yourself, of self-image. When you start to think positive thoughts like that, how you see yourself, and you redirect those thoughts, those begin to build up on those other ways that you see yourself, and eventually those will be torn down and new things will begin to grow in your life. So even doing that, I looked at it as a negative, but I turned around that same scenario and I'm looking at it as a positive now. So I hope this has encouraged you today and strengthened you, because our thought life matters. Pastor Craig Groeschel says this: your life is always moving in the direction of your strongest thought. Thank you for stopping by the channel. I hope that you liked the video today. Hit the like button, comment on it, and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you back next week. Oh, I forgot to tell you that I have lost 9 pounds so far. I'm gaining a lot of muscle, and I'm not losing a lot of fat, but I've gained a lot of muscle. But right now I've lost 9 pounds, so I'm at 241. So, I mean, that's awesome. I forgot to give you that update. So, have a good week. I'll see you back next week. Bye.